In this video, I'm about to show you 10 grocery store brands you need to stop putting in your cart and 10 that are actually worth your money, starting with the worst offenders first. Number 10. Great Value, Walmart. Let me tell you something about Great Value. That name is doing a lot of work on the label because the product inside is doing very little. Walmart's store brand has been positioned as the smart shopper's choice for decades. Lower price, same quality, right? That's the pitch. And millions of Americans buy it every single week without ever questioning it. Here's what Walmart doesn't put on the shelf tag. A 2019 investigation by the Consumer Wellness Center tested multiple Great Value products and found that several lines, including canned goods and frozen proteins, sourced ingredients from overseas suppliers with documented food safety violations on record with the FDA. The FDA's Import Alert database has flagged Chinese and Southeast Asian food manufacturers supplying private label retailers like Walmart multiple times for contamination issues, including filth, unsafe additives, and unapproved color additives. And that frozen Great Value shrimp everyone loves to grab? Independent seafood lab tests have repeatedly found traces of chloramphenicol and nitrofurazone in imported budget shrimp antibiotics banned in the US for a reason, connected to antibiotic resistance and long-term gut disruption. The bag looks clean and trustworthy. The supply chain behind it is anything but. You think you're saving $3? You have no idea what you're actually buying. Number 9. MarketSide, Walmart. MarketSide is Walmart's fresh food brand, the one in the produce section with the salad kits, pre-cut vegetables, and ready-to-eat meals in nice-looking containers. It looks like health food. It's priced like health food. It is not behaving like health food. In 2020 and again in 2022, MarketSide brand salad kits were included in Listeria and E. coli contamination alerts through the FDA's recall database. The 2022 recall specifically flagged MarketSide garlic butter breadsticks for undeclared milk allergens not listed on the packaging. Undeclared allergens are not a labeling technicality. For the roughly 32 million Americans living with food allergies, that is a genuine medical emergency waiting to happen. Walmart pulled the product after the fact. It had already been in people's carts. The pre-cut produce in MarketSide packaging has significantly more surface area exposed to contamination than whole produce, and the processing environment matters enormously at Walmart's volume. The nice packaging is doing the heavy lifting. What's inside deserves a lot more scrutiny than most people give it. Number 8. Clover Valley, Dollar General. Dollar General has spent the last decade positioning itself as the grocery store for rural and lower-income American communities rolling into small towns and offering Clover Valley as their answer to brand-name products at a fraction of the cost. And they have been very successful at it. Too successful, actually. A 2021 study published in Public Health Nutrition found that Dollar General store brand products, including Clover Valley, had higher average sodium content per serving than comparable national brand equivalents across multiple product categories. Soups, canned vegetables, snack foods, the staples that make up a significant portion of the diet for families shopping primarily at Dollar General because they have limited alternatives. The FDA inspection database also shows warning letters issued to facilities in Dollar General's supply chain for unsanitary conditions affecting food products. The rural communities that depend most on Clover Valley are the same ones with the least access to alternatives. Dollar General built a business model around that dependency. Clover Valley is how they cash in on it every single day. Number 7. Members Mark, Sam's Club. Members Mark is Sam's Club's private label brand Walmart's warehouse subsidiary, and it carries a slightly more premium image because of the membership model and bulk packaging. People feel like they're in on a deal worth bragging about. Big containers, better value per ounce, looks like a smart purchase. Here's the problem. Members Mark sources from rotating third-party manufacturers, which means the product in that giant container today may have been made by a completely different facility 6 months ago. This matters most, where quality variation has real consequences. Members Mark infant formula was voluntarily recalled in 2023 after elevated levels of a potentially harmful compound were detected. Members Mark canned goods have appeared on FDA import alert lists connected to supplier safety violations. The bulk model also creates a problem nobody talks about. Most households cannot consume a Sam's Club-sized quantity before quality degrades. You buy the giant tub, use a third, the rest sits in the pantry. What you saved on price per ounce you paid for in waste. The math is not as good as the label makes it look. Number 6. Signature Select, Albertsons. Signature Select is the private label brand sold across Albertsons, Safeway, Vons, Jewel-Osco, Shaw's, and a dozen other regional chains under the same Albertsons company's umbrella. One brand, dozens of banners, coast to coast. That scale is exactly what should concern you. Signature Select products have appeared in multiple significant recall events. In 2021, Signature Select ice cream was recalled for potential listeria contamination. In 2022, Signature Select frozen vegetables were recalled from a shared manufacturing facility with confirmed listeria presence. Listeria is particularly dangerous for adults over 65, the exact population most likely to be shopping at Safeway and reaching for the store brand to save $1. Albertsons companies reported revenue of over $77 billion in fiscal year 2023. They have every resource needed to run a tighter supply chain. These recalls are not bad luck. They are a predictable outcome of outsourcing production to the lowest cost manufacturer and putting your logo on the result. Number 5. Wild Harvest Albertsons. Wild Harvest is Albertsons' attempt at a natural and organic store brand positioned as the cleaner, healthier alternative, priced slightly above Signature Select but below national organic brands. It targets health-conscious shoppers who want organic without paying Whole Foods prices. That positioning is built almost entirely on consumer trust. The label actually means something. Here is the problem. A 2017 Washington Post investigation found widespread fraud in the organic supply chain, particularly in imported grain and commodity ingredients. Wild Harvest sources from a global supply chain like every other private label brand, and the organic integrity of those ingredients depends on audits of overseas suppliers that are difficult to verify. Wild Harvest products are also manufactured in the same facilities as conventional Albertsons products. Cross-contamination between organic and conventional production lines is a documented concern in shared facilities. Albertsons has not published comprehensive third-party audit results for Wild Harvest's organic supply chain. You are paying a premium for a label that is significantly harder to verify than the company wants you to believe. Number 4. Kirkland Signature Processed Foods, Costco. Before you come for me, I know Kirkland Signature has a strong reputation and some products genuinely deserve it. The olive oil, the nuts, the rotisserie chicken, those are legitimate. But the Kirkland Signature processed food line is a different conversation that almost never gets had. Because the overall brand halo is so strong, people stop reading the label. Kirkland Signature processed products consistently use the same problematic additives found in every other processed food brand. Kirkland Signature cookies contain partially hydrogenated oils in certain lines. The frozen lasagna has over 1,200 milligrams of sodium per serving, more than half the daily recommended limit in a single portion. For older Americans managing blood pressure and cardiovascular health, those numbers matter enormously. The Costco membership creates a psychological commitment effect. You paid for it, so every purchase feels smart. That feeling is being exploited. Read the Kirkland processed food label the same way you'd read any other. The warehouse size does not change what's in the package. Number 3. S.E. Grocers, Winn-Dixie. S.E. Grocers is the private label for Southeastern Grocers, which operates Winn-Dixie, Bi-Lo, Harvey's Supermarket, and Fresco y Mas across the Southeast. One of the largest regional grocery chains in the country and one of the least scrutinized for store brand quality. S.E. Grocers products have appeared in recall notices involving undeclared allergens, including a 2021 recall of S.E. Grocers branded products containing undeclared wheat. For communities across Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, and the Carolinas, where Winn-Dixie is a primary grocery option, S.E. Grocers products make up a significant share of household food budgets. The brand has published no meaningful transparency around manufacturing partners, third-party food safety audits, or ingredient sourcing. Southeastern Grocers filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 2018 and emerged restructured. The post-bankruptcy cost-cutting affected store operations, staffing, and supplier relationships in ways that show up directly in what shoppers find on shelves. The stores look fine. What is behind Essie Grocers is built around cost minimization in ways that matter when you are actually eating it. Number 2. Parade. C-Town supermarkets. C-Town supermarkets operate primarily in urban neighborhoods across the Northeast, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, serving communities that are often classified as low-access food environments. The Parade private label brand sold in these stores is among the most obscure and least studied store brand lines in American grocery retail, which is exactly what makes it worth talking about. Parade operates with essentially zero consumer transparency. No corporate website publishes their supplier list. No third-party audit results are available to consumers. The manufacturing partners behind Parade products have not been publicly disclosed. In communities where C-Town is often one of the only accessible grocery options, residents are buying private label products with less verifiable safety documentation than virtually any other major store brand in the country. A 2020 report by the New York City Department of Health identified stores in the C-Town network as having higher rates of products sold past expiration dates and lower cold storage compliance compared to stores in higher income zip codes. The populations with the fewest choices are being served by the brand with the least accountability. That is not an accident. That is a business model. Number 1. Good & Gather Target. Good & Gather is Target's food and beverage house brand. Launched in 2019 and aggressively expanded into over 2,000 products by 2022. Clean labels, modern packaging, Instagram-ready color palettes. Target spent an enormous amount on the brand identity. The product quality did not always keep pace with the branding budget. Good & Gather has been involved in multiple recall events since launch. In 2021, Good & Gather salad kits were recalled for potential Listeria contamination. In 2022, Good & Gather shredded cheese was recalled due to potential hard plastic pieces, physical contamination going directly onto food. In 2023, Good & Gather organic baby food pouches were flagged in consumer safety advocacy reports for elevated heavy metal levels, including lead and arsenic. Target reported revenue of over $107 billion in fiscal year 2023. Good & Gather is one of their highest margin product lines. The brand was designed to look trustworthy before it earned that trust. For a brand positioned specifically at health-conscious shoppers who believe they are making better choices, that recall history is a betrayal of exactly the consumer relationship they built the brand to exploit. That is why it is number 1. Not every store brand and grocery label out there is cutting corners and hoping you don't notice. Here are 10 worth putting in your cart. Number 10. Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's private label is the rare store brand that has built genuine consumer trust through consistent product quality rather than just price. Roughly 80% of products in their stores carry their own label, and the company has maintained a tight supplier vetting process that requires manufacturers to meet standards above standard grocery industry norms. Trader Joe's was one of the first major U.S. grocery retailers to commit to removing artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives from their private label products. A commitment made in 2015 and publicly reported against since. Their almond butter, frozen meals, and pantry staples consistently rank at the top of independent quality testing by Consumer Reports and America's Test Kitchen. The company is privately held and does not face the same quarterly earnings pressure that pushes publicly traded chains toward cost-cutting. That independence shows in the product. You can taste it. Number 9. Newman's Own. Newman's Own has been doing something genuinely unusual in American food since 1982, donating 100% of profits after taxes to charitable causes. As of 2023, the company has donated over $600 million to thousands of charities. That is not a marketing claim. That is a documented, audited 40-year track record. That business model creates a different kind of accountability. There is no shareholder demanding margin expansion at the expense of ingredients. Newman's Own uses no artificial preservatives, colors, or flavors across their product line maintained since founding, not adopted under pressure. Their marinara sauce and ranch dressing consistently appear at the top of third-party taste rankings. Consumer Reports' blind taste test rated Newman's Own Marinara among the top performers in the national brand category. A company with no profit motive has every reason to make the product as good as possible. And they do. Number 8. Annie's Homegrown. Annie's was founded in 1989 and acquired by General Mills in 2014. The part that makes people nervous. But here is what actually happened. General Mills left Annie's operating as an independent subsidiary with its own sourcing standards, and the organic and non-GMO commitments that defined the brand before acquisition have been maintained and independently certified through the USDA Organic Program and the Non-GMO Project. Annie's mac and cheese, crackers, and snack products carry USDA Organic certification, requiring annual third-party inspection of the supply chain. The Non-GMO Project verification adds a second layer of independent oversight. General Mills actually has the resources to run a tighter audit process than Annie's could have managed independently. Their organic mac and cheese is among the top-selling products in its category because the quality is consistent and the label claims are backed by auditable certification. This is one acquisition that did not destroy what made the brand worth buying. Number 7. Applegate Farms. Applegate was founded in 1987 with a specific mission: produce deli meats, bacon, hot dogs, and sausages without the nitrites, antibiotics, and artificial ingredients that fill conventional processed meat. They were doing clean label before clean label was a marketing trend, and nearly 4 decades of consistency is what separates Applegate from brands that slap natural on a label and move on. Applegate's products are humanely raised, certified, with third-party verified animal welfare standards. Their bacon and deli turkey are made without synthetic nitrites, using celery powder as a natural nitrate source instead, a meaningful distinction for people reducing their processed meat chemical load. Acquired by Hormel in 2015, but Hormel has maintained Applegate's sourcing and formulation as a separate operation. Applegate's annual sales exceeded $300 million by 2022, driven entirely by product quality and label honesty. Those numbers don't happen by accident. Number 6. Bob's Red Mill. Bob's Red Mill was founded in Portland, Oregon in 1978 and became employee-owned in 2010 when founder Bob Moore transferred ownership to his employees rather than selling to private equity. That ownership structure removes the incentive to cut corners on ingredient quality that drives most publicly traded food company decisions. Bob's Red Mill products are stone ground using equipment the company operates and maintains directly, not outsourced to a third-party contractor. Their gluten-free oats line carries verified certification through independent testing. A 2021 analysis by the Gluten Intolerance Group confirmed Bob's Red Mill gluten-free oats met the FDA standard of fewer than 20 parts per million of gluten. That kind of third-party verification is what separates a trustworthy label from a marketing claim. Bob Moore built a company worth trusting. His employees are keeping it that way. Number 5. Vital Farms. Vital Farms was founded in 2007 Austin, Texas, and built one of the most transparent supply chains in American egg and dairy production. Their pasture-raised eggs come from hens required under Vital Farms' own sourcing standards to have access to at least 108 square feet of outdoor pasture per bird, roughly 10 times the outdoor space required, for eggs labeled free-range under USDA guidelines. Vital Farms discloses the names and locations of the family farms in their network. You can look up the specific farm your eggs came from. In an industry that routinely misleads consumers with cage-free and free-range labels that mean far less than they imply, that level of transparency is genuinely rare. Their pasture-raised butter grew from essentially zero to over $200 million in annual revenue by 2022 on the basis of earned trust. That growth came from consumers who checked the label and found it actually meant something. Number 4. Stonyfield Organic. Stonyfield Organic was founded in 1983 New Hampshire, and is one of the oldest continuously certified organic dairy brands in American retail. They have been under third-party audit for decades longer than most organic brands that adopted certification later purely for marketing purposes. Stonyfield whole milk yogurt consistently ranks at the top of nutritional quality assessments. Their products contain live and active cultures verified by the National Yogurt Association's certification, requiring a minimum of 100 million live cultures per gram at time of manufacture. That is a real nutritional standard, not a label claim. A 2022 Consumer Reports analysis specifically called out Stonyfield's whole milk plain yogurt as one of the highest quality options in the national organic category for protein content, probiotic culture count, and ingredient cleanliness. 40 years of doing organic dairy right, and they have not compromised that standard once. Number 3. Siete Family Foods. Siete Family Foods was founded in 2014 by the Garza family in Austin, Texas, originally to create grain-free tortillas for family members managing autoimmune conditions. What started as a kitchen solution became one of the fastest-growing better-for-you food brands in American retail, reaching over $150 million in annual sales by 2021. Their almond flour and cassava flour tortillas contain no grains, no gluten, no dairy, and no soy, a clean ingredient profile verifiable by reading the label. The tortilla chips are cooked in avocado oil rather than seed oils, a meaningful distinction for people managing inflammation. Acquired by PepsiCo in 2023, but at the time of this video, formulations and ingredient standards remain unchanged. Siete brought genuine innovation to a grocery category that had not seen real product development in decades. The family started this company because food was affecting their health. That motivation is in every ingredient decision they make. Number 2. Primal Kitchen. Primal Kitchen was founded by Mark Sisson in 2015 with a simple premise: rebuild the condiment and sauce category using real ingredients without the industrial seed oils, added sugars, and artificial ingredients that define conventional products. The mayo, dressings, and pasta sauces use avocado oil as their fat base rather than soybean or canola oil, a product built around one of the most nutrient-dense whole food oils available rather than a highly processed industrial byproduct. Acquired by Kraft Heinz in 2019, but Kraft Heinz has maintained the original formulations across the product line. Primal Kitchen certifications. Certified Paleo, Whole 3.0 approved, and non-GMO project verified, require ongoing annual recertification by independent third parties. If the formula changed in ways that compromised those certifications, the certifications would be revoked. They have not been. The avocado oil, mayo, and green goddess dressing are two of the most consistently clean label products in their categories in American retail. This brand delivers exactly what it promises. Number 1. Thrive Market. Thrive Market launched in 2015 as a membership-based online grocery retailer with a specific mission: make healthy, organic, and clean label products accessible to American families at prices competitive with conventional grocery stores. Their own brand products are non-GMO verified, free of artificial preservatives, colors and flavors, and organic where certification is available. What makes Thrive Market's brand genuinely different from every other private label on either side of this list is the transparency infrastructure behind it. Thrive Market publishes their supplier standards, ingredient vetting criteria, and sustainability commitments in public documentation any member can read. They maintain a dedicated quality team, assessing every ingredient against a list of over 1,000 banned or restricted ingredients, a list they also publish publicly. No other major grocery private label in the United States operates with that level of consumer-facing transparency. Their pricing model cuts out the retail markup, meaning their own brand products deliver genuine quality at prices that compete with conventional store brands. In an industry full of brands betting you won't read the label, Thrive Market built a brand specifically for people who do. That is why it is number 1.